Hello, welcome to my website, drummingexpert.com. This video is associated with Lesson 10, Double Strokes, One Height. Now, there are two other videos that go through the technique of playing a double stroke properly and building a double stroke roll. You should have watched both of those videos. I do those videos matched grip, and you definitely want to watch all the details of that. The purpose of this video is to talk about traditional grip and some of the subtleties and details of how to get the double stroke action happening properly with the traditional grip, and then just to review all those exercises and play through them traditional grip so you can see my hands and you can copy that and if you're working on traditional grip. So I'm not going to repeat everything that I've said in the other lessons or the other videos, so please go back and watch those other two videos if you haven't already done that. Now, this category of drumming, double strokes, one height, we've got a handful of exercises on this page, and we are developing the ability to play two strong notes. We talked about the rebound stroke in the last lesson and how to let the drum throw the stick back up for you, and you should have covered all of that. The thing to think about with the left hand here is where do you get that quick, that kind of kickback action where the stick flies back up and you throw the second note in strong. And it comes from here, from this thumb and first finger, and the middle finger should stay on the stick as well. One common mistake is people start doing rebound and diddles and this middle finger starts getting sloppy and hanging off the stick. Keep it up there connected with the first finger as a team. When you let go of the stick to get the rebound on the left hand, it's very subtle, just a tiny bit. Your third finger just barely comes away from the stick to allow for that rebound. Because the moment that diddle is over with, you got to grab back hold again to lift the stick and to control the stick. So don't be pulling your fingers way far away and off the stick. That's a real common mistake. So let's look at the first exercise, power diddles, and just think about what we're going to do to get a strong double stroke. Two strokes, trying to make them of equal height and strength. So let's go about 1 E and 2 E and power diddles, the first exercise. 1 E and ready, go. Now I want you to notice the way I'm rotating that left hand. I'm letting go of the stick slightly, allowing the drum to help lift up the stick for that second note. It's like this, rebound stroke, but I'm only doing two. At the end of the stroke, I stop it and I grab a hold of the stick again. That's very important. Grab, 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 grab. Sometimes people let go of the stick and then they never grab back on again. And then everything's out of control. Let's do it one more time, a little bit faster. 1 E and ready, go. Now that exercise, we're stopping the sticks down after each double stroke. That's just a kind of a preliminary exercise to help you develop playing two strong notes with each hand and to never even go into the realm of the flop roll, that I talked about in the previous videos for this lesson. So no flop rolls. Let's play two strong notes. That's power diddles. Now the next step is we're going to go to the next exercise, diddle isolation, and we're going to play an underline check pattern and then add a double stroke on the right hand and on the left hand. So now we're going to keep the sticks moving continuously, and we've got to get that double stroke happening and that second note to come out and be strong. So if I did this motion, well, let's do this. Let's just play the second measure, actually the third and fourth measure of the exercise, check pattern and left diddle. And I want you to really look at how I'm playing the double stroke with my left hand about. So about 1 and 2 and ready, go. Now, if we were to slow that down, you're going to see after every diddle, I grab back onto the stick and lift it up again. Watch again. Ready? And... So that first note comes in, it hits, let it fly up, boom, and those fingers are right there to throw that second note in again. Okay. All right, so I'm going to play this section of the exercise, and I'm just going to keep repeating this left diddle, the measure with the left diddle, over and over again, and then we're going to slow it down, and you can see how this works in slow motion. The most important thing to notice is how little I let go of the stick. And this is where the most common mistake happens. People they think they're going to bounce the stick and they go blah, and their hand falls apart. They don't grab back a hold of the stick to lift it each time. So that's the most important thing. Another thing you can do is to just work that one fast diddle and try to get a feel for throwing the first note in, letting the drum throw it up, and then your thumb and first finger are right there, ready to throw it back in there, like this. The most common mistake is people throw the first note in and then their hand's in the way and the second note's like this high. They can't get the second note strong because they don't let it come up enough. It's like doosh, doosh. Get that second note in there. Real fast action in your hand. All right, so that's the diddle motion. You got to work that diddle motion. Let's play all of diddle isolation now. Play along with me. Let's do it at a medium speed and then maybe a little bit faster speed. Let's start about da, 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 da. Big, strong, full diddle strokes. 1, 2, 3, and... Again, ready, and... All right, now those strong diddles like that, if you can play slower diddles, you are controlling every note. Someone who plays a flop roll, if you ask them to play open, slow diddles like that, they can't even do it. It's like they don't have any control over the second note. You've got to be able to do that because then you are in the realm of controlling both notes and playing diddles. Let's do that one more time, faster. About 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a great exercise. You can get to that final roll, the last 2 measures, just diddle forever. Keep going. And work your hands, man. Work every note. Keep the stick heights even and smooth. And play precise rhythm. Play real diddles. Now, another thing with regards to keeping the diddles strong and even is when you set up the check pattern, say this is about where I'm playing my check pattern. When you play the diddles, they should start from here. A real common mistake is you play check pattern, and then it comes time to play the first diddle, and you lift higher for the diddle. Now that overemphasizes the first note. The second note isn't getting up high enough, and it just makes it worse. If you can keep your stick heights even and play the diddle from here, just like the check pattern, you'll have a better time getting both notes to be even. Right there, keep it there. Keep it steady. Let's go to the next exercise. This is from George Lawrence Stone's book called Stick Control. And we did this in the previous videos, but let's do it traditional grip. The goal here is to, if I close my eyes and listen to you play this, I wouldn't be able to tell which measure you were on. That's the goal. So it requires you to mix diddle strokes and single strokes all at a 16th note speed and get them to flow smooth and even. All the same things are happening in the left hand. You got a combination of diddles or singles. Then you got to play a diddle. It's got to be all one height. Keep everything medium height. Let's go straight through this. I would recommend practicing each measure individually and really getting it smooth and even. But then the way I've written this out on the page and the order I've put the patterns in allow you to play straight through it with without stopping from measure to measure. So let's do that. All right, let's do this about 1 E enda, 2 E enda. 1, 2, ready, and. All right, let's do it again faster. 1 E enda, 2 E enda, ready, and. Work, control the sticks, hold on, let go very, very little just for the double strokes and those triple strokes at the end. And you can do the same thing leading off the left. Great exercise. Next exercise, 16th note diddle grid. This is a fabulous exercise and requires that you play double strokes that are exactly twice the check pattern, same rhythmical context as diddle isolation, but we're going to go through the mathematical sequence of putting a diddle on each of the single notes, then 2 diddles for 5-stroke rolls throughout, then 3 diddles, then long rolls. Fabulous exercise. Master each measure individually and then put it all together. Let's do it kind of a medium speed. 1 E enda, 2 E enda, and then let's take it up to a faster speed. 1 E enda, 2 E enda, ready, and. All right, now if you need to start, which in the beginning, you always have to start slow, but wherever you have to begin to master that exercise, if you have to start here, then do it. Those 7-stroke roll patterns where we're playing diddles on 3 of the notes, those typically take some time working it very slow and mastering the pattern and gradually speeding it up. Now, I like that version of putting 4 counts of check between before each one. Another good variation is to just do 2 counts of check and then 2 counts of the pattern. So let's do the 2-count version at faster speed, about 1, 2, ready, and. Now, let's take one small step back and talk about something with the left hand that I discussed in great detail in the previous videos. That is when you start to play faster diddles, this arm motion that you have to use. That's very important. Well, how does that work for the left hand? The concepts, the principles are all the same, but let's talk about it with the left hand. Literally, when you're playing faster rolls, just watch my left hand for a minute. We're only playing about this high. We can play faster, or excuse me, when we play slow diddles, we continue to turn the wrist. You know, I'm using a little bit of arm, but it's mostly I'm cranking my wrist and using that rebound finger action. Well, when you start to play full speed double stroke rolls, you're only playing, you don't play fast rolls way up high. That doesn't make sense. You play them down here. You adjust your stick height to the tempo. So in that instance, literally what the left hand is doing is it's coming up flat. You don't really turn your wrist upwards like this when you play full speed rolls. It comes up, and then on the way down, that's where you get the diddle motion. You grab, lift. But the upward motion is mostly 95% in the arm. This action comes on the way down. So watch my hand as I do that. This is happening, and then the action on the way down for the diddle. And again, this is where I'm working the stick. So that's a really great exercise just to practice one hand playing repetitive diddles fast. That's exactly what you would do to play a full speed roll. You're using those fingers to define those two notes and get that second note strong and even. So work on that. All right, let's go to the next exercise. Now, the next exercise is the triplet diddle grid. Same concept as the 16th note patterns, but in triplets. And another thing I want to comment on here that I just thought of that's important to note is I demonstrated this. When you play multiple diddles in a row, you use this arm motion. But even at fast tempos, when you just play one single diddle, you can play a very fast diddle, and you really don't have to do that same arm motion. To illustrate that, let's just step back and play the very first measure of the 16th note diddle grid. And notice, I got a tiny little kick in my arm, but it's mostly the wrist and finger action. You can throw in a fast diddle, one diddle, and do it mostly with the wrist action. But as soon as you play a second diddle in a row, you have to kick in that arm. See how that works? So just wanted to define that. So as you work on that, you can be using your wrists and your arms combined together correctly. Okay, so let's play the next exercise on the page, triplet diddle. Let's start at a medium tempo. Let's do it about triplet, triplet. 1, 2, ready, and... All right, let's go a little bit faster. 1, 2, triplet, and... Now, another common version of that one is to just do 2 counts of check pattern and 2 counts of each diddle pattern. That's a great exercise as well. You can figure that one out and do it on your own. Work those 2 grids. If you can control diddles through those various patterns, you're in business. And work that left hand, get those diddles even and strong. And remember, keep the diddles the same heights as the surrounding check pattern. Don't play your diddles, don't lift up and play the diddles higher than the other notes. Next exercise, let's do 2 more exercises on the page. We have 16th note based rolls and triplet based rolls. Let's play through each of those. So the first one, 16th note rolls, we got 1 count rolls, 2 count rolls, and then we've got the tap roll, 1 count and 2 counts. So let's play straight through that exercise. Let's do a medium tempo and fast tempo, about 1 E end to 2 E end. Ready? Go. Again, ready, and. Now, you should probably work that slower to begin with. Gradually work up your speed. Let's go full speed. 1, 2, 3, and. Now, developing a double stroke roll takes time. So if you have to start here, that's probably where you're going to have to start, and then gradually build up your speed. All right, let's do the triplet version of the 2 count and 4 count triplet rolls, and then with the tap. So about triplet, triplet, 1, 2, ready, and. All right, a little faster. 1, 2, triple, and. Okay, double stroke rolls. Left hand, traditional grip. Work that. Common mistakes, letting the hand roll over, letting go too much. Those are the biggest problems that I always see. Not keeping the hand in position and using his thumb and first finger correctly, and then getting too loose and sloppy with your hand. So learn how to hold on to your sticks. Good luck.